Hello students, in this video we continue with our cache memory discussion. So this is uh, how what is cache and how it is organized that you have seen in part 1. Then the mapping, address mapping, associative mapping and direct mapping we have already seen. Today we'll discuss the set associative mapping and one topic, writing into cache and cache initialization. So what is set associative mapping? As you know that in direct mapping, there is a biggest disadvantage that two words with same index in the address but different tag values cannot reside in in cache memory at the same time. So solution to this problem is given by a cache implementation called set associative memory. So set associative mapping is an improvement over direct mapping. Each word of cache can store two or more words of memory under the same index address. See here that this is the index part and this is tag part. This is data. So main memory 01000 address, data is stored here. So this is how we do in direct mapping. But in set associative, there are two sets like this. So tag and data. So at the same time, we can store two data 01000 and 02000. So if tag index is same and tag are different, then we cannot store in direct mapping multiple data, but here we can store two. Similarly, you can also do this for 3, 4 and so on, but that has some cost. Now for two tags, if you want to store two tags and data of those tags for index 000, then you see here the word length. So tag is of 6 bit, 2 octal digits. Data is of 12 bits, 4 octal digits. So this becomes 18 bits. So 18 bits of tag, this first tag, and 18 bits of this second tag. So the memory will have 36 data bits. So word length will be 36 bit. Number of words is 256, 512 because this is 9-bit index. So each tag requires 6 bit and each data requires 12 bits. So the word length is 2 into 6 plus 12, that is 36 bits. The index address is of 9 bits that accommodate 512 words. Thus the size of the cache memory will be 512 into 36. So this is a two-way set associative mapping. So we have provision for storing two tags related to one index. So set associative mapping is improvement over direct mapping. Each word of cache can store two or more words of memory under the same index address. Increase in set size increases the number of bits in the word of cache and require more complex comparison logic. So if we keep increasing these tags, tag 1, this tag second, then third and fourth, so this again becomes costlier because comparison logic becomes very complex. So whenever there is a miss, set associative cache and the set is full, then it is necessary to replace one of the tag data item with a new value. So means say the CPU demands 03000. So 01000 is available, 02000 is available, but 03000 is not available. So that is a miss. So in that case, out of these two tags, one will be replaced. So which one we replace? There are many different type of algorithms called replacement algorithm. So random replacement, first in, first out, FIFO, or LRU, least recently used algorithm. So those algorithms can be used for replacement. Now there is a one important discussion about this cache is writing into cache. That means if CPU finds a word in cache during read operation, then main memory is not involved in the transfer. Data is taken from the cache. But if some write case of write operation, if data is there in cache and CPU wants to write, then it will write in cache. It will also write in main memory. So there are two types of writing strategies. One is called write through and one is called write back. In write through, if cache contains the word, the main memory is updated with the cache memory. This is called write through method. Means the CPU is accessing some word. That word is also available in cache memory. Obviously, it will be there in main memory also. So because this is a write operation, CPU need to update main memory and cache memory. So in write through, both are updated at the same time. When cache is updated, the main memory is also updated. So this is called write through. So this method has an advantage that at any moment, any point of time, main memory and cache memory data is same. Write back method. In this method, we delay the updation of main memory. So CPU, if want to update some data and that data is available in the cache, then what will happen? The CPU will update only the cache location, and there will be a flag which will be marked by CPU in cache. Later, when the word is removed from the cache, so if in later stage the word is removed from the cache, then its value is copied into main memory. This is called write back method. So during the time the word resides in the cache, it is updated several times. It does not matter whether the copy in main memory is out of date. So until unless it remains in the cache, it keep updating the cache only. And when it is removed, the some word is removed from cache, then the new value or final value is stored in main memory. This is called write back method. Now there is one more discussion, cache initialization. So if we start our program execution or our computer, then initially the cache must be empty, but it always contains some invalid data or garbage data. So we need some initialization process. With each word in cache, a valid bit is included that indicate that whether or not the word contains a valid data. So for each word in cache, there will be a additional bit called validity bit or valid bit. If it is 0, that means data is not valid. So cache is initialized when power is applied. The cache is initialized by clearing all the valid bit to 0. So we will clear all the valid bits to 0. That will say that none of the data is valid. The valid bit of a particular cache word is set to 1 the first time this word is loaded from the main memory. So whenever we will bring some data from main memory to cache memory, we will set corresponding valid bit to 1. That will show that this data is valid data. So in this way, cache is initialized, cache writing back and writing through operations which are required, and how the set associative mapping works. So this is all about discussion on cache memory. You kindly go through the book, prepare your small notes on all the three mappings and the introduction of cache memory. Thank you very much.